You'll never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezing just like ice. And there's a cold and lonely light that shines from you. You'll wind up like the wreck you are, behind that mask you use. And did you think this fool could never win? Well, look at me, I'm coming back again. Got a taste of love in a simple way. If you need to know while I'm standing, you'll just fade away.
Just lost them.
Don't you know I'm still standing, better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
What in the goddamn?
Oh.
Let's keep this in the groove, hey? Smooth moves, smooth. Hello. It was you smashed up the Omertas? You did that? Shit.
Well, hey, Benny, it's really funny. I was just singing about our relationship. Yeah, it really is funny, 'cause after you shot me in the head, I decided to go out and explore the wasteland. I've done a whole wide range of things. I've launched religious ghouls into parts unknown. I've brought the NCR from its knees and turned it into a formidable force, speaking Latin to captured Centurions, healing the sick in their tents, raiding Nelson and purging it of Legion scum. I furthered the advance of solving the schizophrenic tendencies of Nightkin. I've helped a Enclave Durframe Eyebot get a new weapon. I've helped a lonely sniper make peace with his past. I've replaced the Elder for the remnants of the Brotherhood of Steel in this area. I have done so much, Benny, you would not even believe it. I've killed Deathclaws, all for a chance to get laid. I've inspired a young con poet to pursue his passions, and sure, he ended up being beat to death by a random gambler NPC, but I've still done something pretty fucking great there, now haven't I? And what's really funny, Benny, is not once, during any of my journeys, during any of the times I've hopped along the roads of the Mojave, have I thought about you and your stupid fucking checkered suit. So fuck you.
I hit what I was aiming for. Guess you had brains to spare. Or you just thick-skulled. Either way, baby, this is good news. Maybe I can finally sleep at night, knowing you didn't die. What say you and me cash out? Go somewheres more private-like. Any questions you got, I'll answer.
I want the platinum chip, and I want it now.
I can't do that, baby, and you know it. There's a lot of angles to this caper. Complexities aplenty. But plenty of action, too. Enough for both of us. But we don't jabber about that out here in public. Like I said, we should be talking somewheres private.
Answer my questions now.
It can't work like that, baby. Not out in public like this. You really need me to spell that out?
Then give me a reason not to kill you right now. I've killed things far, far stronger than you when just passing by on a trip to some random quest.
You want a reason? How about 4? They're called bodyguards, and every one of them is packing. Me too, so baby makes 5. Add to that, every chairman in this joint is armed, and not with some holdout pea shooter like maybe you smuggled through security. Anyhow, baby, you didn't come here for vengeance. You came to get clued in. Like I said, we should be talking somewheres private.
Alright, what do you have in mind then, you sack of shit?
To start, I'll comp you the presidential. Best suite in the house. You deserve a taste of the VIP lifestyle. I'll hang out down here for a while to make everything look business as usual, then come to you. Any questions you got, I'll answer. Guaranteed.
2 conditions. Lose the bodyguards. Hold on. Pay me.
Where's my manners? Here's some cash up front. There'll be more where that came from. Wait for me in the presidential suite. We got a future together, you and me. It's time we got started.
I'm fine with killing the bodyguards, and there are so many ways you can handle Benny. You know the fight between yourself and Kellogg in Fallout 4? Well, this is sort of the same
Enjoying your stay?
thing.
Hey, baby, good to
I think there's something you should know about Benny.
Really? You got something to say about the big boss, huh? Well, why don't you say it to his face instead of yapping at me?
I don't think you're gonna like it, since Benny's been making his own play.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Benny hired to kill me and stole a platinum chip I was hired to deliver.
That doesn't... Why would he pull a stunt like that? Got anything else to offer?
He tried to make it look like an accident, just a traveler killed and robbed in the wasteland. And that chip belonged to Mr. House. You think he's not at home now? Just wait until all those Securitrons start busting in here and shaking you down.
He's trying to pull a fast one on the big man. Crazy bastard. You got any more?
I've got more evidence. Benny must think this chip will allow him to seize power on the strip.
Jesus, I can't even believe it. After all House did to set us up with this swank joint. I don't suppose there's more.
That's it. What do you think?
Jesus, kid, I think we got a real problem on our hands. Can't believe Benny's a no-good stinking punk, trying to play house like that. Tell you what, I'll call Benny, keep him away from his suite. You go search the place. Here's the key, it's on the 13th floor. It's a room with the double doors, can't miss it. Maybe you'll find something we can show to Mr. House and get him arrested.
Alright. But I need to take him out now.
Take him out? Jesus. Okay, well, if you think that's the best way to deal with this, I'll send him up to his room, you can ambush him there. And don't worry about the rest of the chairman. I'll keep him from getting involved. You'll still have to watch out for Benny's guards, though.
Alright, so you can actually kill this guy and manage to get your weapons back. Done that once. It's kind of fun. Let's see where he does take my weapons.
Welcome back to the tops. You ready to deal with Benny yet?
They took my guns at the security checkpoint. Can you set me up?
Yeah, sure. Take your stuff back. You'll need it. Go on then. Elevators are past the slot machines on your right.
And so now you have all your weapons. So, first of all, you can kill him right here if you want. There's a few different ways to initiate that attack. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Hey, Benny.
What's that?
Or if you want to do it like that.
Hey.
but we'll let him carry on as he wants. So you can assassinate him right there if you want. Or you can immediately start shooting at him as soon as you enter through the door by keeping your weapons, especially the sneak-in ones. And if you can't do that, you can always just convince that person to let you have your weapons back, as we've seen. Hey, Benny.
I comped you the prez so we can talk there, eh? No need to keep tugging at my sleeve. Hey, what the hell? Oh, Swank, you finky bastard. You got a crazy drop on me, baby, but you don't want to kill me. It's like I said, we should be working together.
Hand over a platinum chip, maybe you live.
Can't do that, baby. The chip, it's special. But savor this, baby. I can comp you the presidential, best suite in the house. After what you've been through, you deserve a taste of the VIP lifestyle. Give me a moment or two to catch my breath and knock back a few cocktails, and I'll swing by for a meet and greet. I'll clue you in, guaranteed. Every question answered. This can be the start of a beautiful friendship.
Why would I trust you?
I know, I made a bad first impression. You got every reason to think I'm a creep. But baby, this is an 18-carat opportunity. I've got the chip, but to see this shindig through to the end, I'm gonna need help. And hello? Who shows up but you? It can't be a coincidence, baby. You and me were meant to work together.
Alright, I'll meet you in the presidential suite.
Baby, wow. You and me are gonna swing. Here's the key. I'll be buying a few, just as soon as my legs stop shaking.
I thought Benny was a stand-up guy. Hard to believe he was a rat all along.
Guess he wants to go there. That's a lovely place, at least.
Baby, this little reunion of ours, chalk me up as a no-show. I'm surprised you fell for it. Not that I'm complaining. You caused plenty enough trouble turning Swank against me. You forced my hand. Hell, I gotta skip town because of you. A real pain in the caboose.
There's no need for violence.
Baby, if ever there was a need for violence, you is it. Just do me a favor and stay dead this time, eh? Ta-ta.
Over here!
These guys are not very tough. Not a big surprise.
The cleaners will knock twice. Make sure they're thorough.
I'm coming for you, Benny. No jokes, no quips, nothing. I'm gonna straight up kick your ass.
What the fuck? Baby, this little meet and greet of ours, it would be 41 flavors of stupid to let you get a drop on me. And you've caused plenty enough trouble as is. You've forced my hand. Hell, I gotta skip town because of you. A real pain in the caboose.
Least you can do is answer some questions first.
A lifelong learner is you, eh? Then make your questions count, because your lifelong is running life short.
All I am is a courier trying to fulfill my contract.
All this is just work ethic run wild? That's your line? I don't know. Can you get it through your thick skull to leave me and the chip alone? If bullets can't get through, what hope is there?
I dig your line. Let me live, you'll never see me again.
God damn it. I'm actually gonna let you live? What's come over me? Scramsville, baby. The stripping you part ways, dig? You come around me again, you won't be getting back up.
I don't really like that.
Come on.
Baby, this little meat...
What is a platinum chip?
It's the house edge, baby. The key to stacking the odds in his favor. Or was, until I swiped it. There's more to it, but we don't have the time. By which I mean, you don't.
What angle are you playing?
Angle? I'm head on, baby. Flat out. All stops pulled, full steam ahead. Side bets are for losers. I'm playing to win.
You're a dead man.
That temper of yours. Kind of why this conversation's taking place over an intercom. Do me a favor and stay dead this time, eh? Good night, all. It's been a gas.
For whatever reason, it repeats that same conversation, but doesn't give you any more people to kill. Well, Benny skipped town. Like I said before, you can kill him in the casino if you want, either by sneaking in a weapon or convincing the greeter to let you have yours. You can kill him in that in his room over there if you want, or you can just sneak assassinate him. But what happens if Benny gets away? Well, there's a few ways to handle him still.
Hello?
You will find that out soon enough.
The eyes of the mighty Caesar are upon you. He admires your accomplishments and bestows upon you the exceptional gift of his mark. Any crimes you may have perpetrated against the Legion are hereby forgiven. Caesar will not extend this mercy a second time. My lord requires your presence at his camp at Fortification Hill. His mark will guarantee your safe conduct through our lands. Incidentally, it will interest you to know that the man you seek has fled the Strip and is likely making haste for Caesar's camp as we speak.
Hey, it's a furry! How do you find me here?
I am the greatest of Caesar's frumentari. It was not a challenge to find you. Nor is this my first visit to the Strip.
Why does he want to see me?
Go to him, and you will understand. Seek Caesar by way of Cottonwood Cove, south of Nelson. The Courier will be waiting.
So... Hey, you there. I have a message for you. It's from Ambassador Crocker. Very important. Here you go.
Mr. House doesn't care that one of Caesar's most notorious Legion spies is walking around on the strip. Either that or his Securitron's AI is too primitive to recognize the threat. Neither answer is particularly comforting.
I wonder if he carries a furry mask in his pocket. Nope.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Yeah, let's go see this house guy. You know, we've gone through a lot, and it's all started with that prick Benny. Let's see about this fancy smancy chip.
Well, howdy, partner. Good to see you again. Boss is waiting for you upstairs, so get a move on.
Alright.
I see you brought some friends. Sorry, partner, but they're gonna have to stay outside.
Alright, I'll head up myself.
Come back soon now.
So, first time.
Lead the way.
You go in here, you have to go alone. Didn't realize that just automatically sets them to waiting.
The recent disturbance at the Tops has been resolved. Do not be afraid to patronize the Tops.
Winner, hottest tables in town. Lucky 38 Hotel, Las Vegas. Local strikes it rich. Electricity solutions discovered. Vegas new hotel shines. Kind doctor murdered in Good Springs town. Citizens shocked. Oh. Grand opening, Lucky 38 Hotel, Las Vegas, Nevada. Gomorrah Hotel still popular. A legacy starts, the Lucky 38 Hotel ribbon is cut. Citizens worried about electricity shortages. Probably should have read that one first. Welcome to Lucky 38 Hotel and Casino. Enjoy our executive suites, our spacious rooms, and affordable rates. Guess this is where they would have stored everyone's guns if this place was still operational. Win big, the Lucky 38 Table Gaming Event. See why we're known to have the hottest tables in town. And you can take basically anything in here without worry. I'll kind of grab the laser pistol there. There you go. Rawhide cowboy hat. Bunch of pre-war money. Sexy sleepwear, but we already have ourselves some of that. A lot of drugs to pick up. Never really used drugs though. It's kind of funny. Pretty cool place. Ali Dean and Company, magician and illusionist. New jokes, new tricks, you must see. Featured by popular demand, Casino Ballroom, Danny Parker Modern Jazz Group, featuring Paul Clooney and his orchestra. I don't know, if it's not Dean Domino, it just doesn't really seem worth visiting and seeing. You know? Why do they have Brahmin steak and grilled mantis in the Lucky 38, even though this place hasn't been opened for over 200 years? On stage, in person, Johnny Baxter and his sensational 10-piece something. Here we go. Casino Lounge every Friday evening, dancing 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. in person. Dean, the King of Swing Domino, and his great orchestra. Finally, a show worth seeing.
Where to, partner?
Take me to Penthouse.
Penthouse floor.
You should have seen Mr. House when he heard what you did to the Omertas. He was as giddy as a schoolboy.
Who are you?
I'm Jane, one of Mr. House's girls. We keep him entertained. We don't get many guests lately. Perhaps we can entertain you as well.
What can you tell me about New Vegas?
Oh, there's lots of things to tell, I'm sure. There's the 3 families, the casinos, the other attractions. What would you like to know?
Tell me about the 3 families.
They're just new money, sugar. They might pretend they're sophisticated, but between you and me, they're not far off from tribals. The Emeritus especially are just awful brutes. The chairman and the White Glove Society at least pretend to have some culture.
Yeah, about that. Tell me about the casinos.
Well, of course, there used to be a lot more of them. But these days, there are 3 open to the public. The Tops, the Ultra Lukes, and Gomorrah. And the Lucky 38, of course. But we're not open to the public. You're a special case, sugar.
And everyone calls it the Ultra Lux. Tell me about the other attractions.
Well, let's see. The NCR has an embassy here, but why you'd want to go talk to a bunch of boring old politicians, I surely don't know. Oh, and the Vault 21 Hotel and Gift Shop has an adorable collection of old Vault-Tec memorabilia. And I suppose if you like neon signs, you might check out Michelangelo's sign shop.
What's with the snow globe collection?
Not many people know this, but Mr. House is one of the world's biggest collectors of antique snow globes. If you happen to find any out in the wasteland, you can bring them to me, and I'll add them to his collection. You'll get a reward, of course. In fact, one of Mr. House's favorites went missing when we moved the collection. If you have a look around the Lucky 38, you might even find it.
What kind of robot are you?
Why, I'm a Robco PDQ 88B Mark I Securitron, you silly goose. We're the finest in personal civil robotic security on the market.
What is this place?
This is the Lucky 38 Resort and Casino, or it used to be. Mr. House has kept the place locked up tight for ages now. Nobody comes in or out.
Can you tell me about Mr. House?
Why, sugar, he's the maximum utmost. If it weren't for Mr. House, we wouldn't have this fabulous wonderland of New Vegas, would we?
Didn't realize robots could have such strong feelings about people.
Sugar, I may be a robot on the outside, but on the inside, my neurocomputational matrix is an exact copy of Mr. House's favorite girl.
So you're a copy of a dead woman. What exactly do you do for Mr. House again?
Mr. House has a lot of needs, sugar. I take care of all of them, and a lady doesn't kiss and tell.
Sounds like you're pretty fond of him.
Well, of course I am, silly. Mr. House is just the smartest, most wonderful man there ever was. Why, did you know he single-handedly reclaimed New Vegas from all those nasty tribes that used to live here? Well, he single-handedly sent in his Securitrons to do it, but that counts in my book.
So this is based off of one of Howard Hughes' old lovers, and there was initially going to be a bot based off of Marilyn Monroe, but that was ultimately cut from the game. Very fancy place here. Not much of a view these days. Don't know why you want to be, sleeping here. Anyways, let's talk to the big man himself. Or better yet, let me show something real quick. Now I am going to be doing a Mr. House-sided playthrough of the game, but I figure we might as well show what he really looks like.
Engaging target. Targeting. Targeting.
Unseal life support chamber. Warning, microbial infection risk, proceed. Howard Hughes was famously very germophobic, and this is sort of a carryover from that. There he is, the man, the legend.
Why have you done this? Centuries of preparation. So much good undone.
It's just business.
If personal gain, what you sought, should have done as asked.
You can tell him you won't be able to control anything, but you'll let him live.
No! Ruined everything. Exposed germs. A year of life, if at most.
You can put him back and he'll just be there. Dying inside. Now I can't control anything, poor guy. Wonder how uncomfortable that strap is.
Target lost. Engagement successful. Be advised, visitors will be held responsible for the behavior of any robots.
Connection lost. And I should be getting a note at some point. Let's see. Here is. A tragedy has befallen all mankind. Robert Edwin House, 261, President, CEO, and sole proprietor of the New Vegas Strip, industrialist and technologist, founder, president, and CEO of the multi-billion-dollar pre-war robotics and software corporation Robco Industries, has died. Like how you use a Harvard comma there. Very good work, Mr. House. Generally recognized by Mr. House to be mankind's only hope for long-term survival, Mr. House's passing may well sound a death knell for the entire human race. Lost forever is his bounty of knowledge concerning human longevity, the depth and breadth of which could, as he was apt to say, fill several textbooks. He was not exaggerating. Though he did not achieve his goal of functional immortality, let's not forget that he died at the age of 261. How many people do that? I mean, come on. Also lost forever are House's singular personality, force of will, vision, and leadership ability. The probability of an equally capable figure emerging from the current human population to lead mankind to a future of equivalent quality is less than 0.000112%. By objective measures too complex to detail in this obituary. Personality and force of will. Born June 25th, 2020, House was... Oh, we're almost gonna see him born. House was orphaned at an early age when his parents died in a freak accident. Autogyro lightning. Though cheated of his inheritance, House attended the prestigious institute in Massachusetts, and found Robco Industries on his 22nd birthday. Within 5 years, it was one of the most profitable corporations on Earth. Vision. By 2065, House was certain that an atomic war would soon devastate the planet. At great personal expense, he developed technologies to ensure the structural integrity of the city of Las Vegas, as it was known at the time. On the day of the Great War, 77 atomic warheads targeted the city. Mr. House defeated them all. Talk about vision. Leadership. Mr. House survived the war, of course, and would later recruit 3 families to negotiate the Treaty of New Vegas and build the Vegas Strip. While these achievements yielded many immediate benefits, they were all part of House's master plan to reignite mankind's quest for technological advancement, a plan without which the human race has nowhere to go and nowhere to turn. We'll revise and finish this up later. Have set the age at death to update automatically. A bit makes salient points, but pearls is before swine, of course. Let's hope the ingrates never have cause to read it. Who knew how many of them are even literate? Or who knows how many of them are even literate? Oh wow, that's a terrible fucking sentence to mangle.
I thought nobody has ever been inside that place. That one must be important around.
But yeah, interesting that he's from the Michigan Institute, or Michigan Institute of Technology in our world, and he has barely a single mention in Fallout 4. Like, one of the companion characters says he managed to get like codes for the security robots in a game of cards. I'm aware that Bethesda is probably really fucking salty that Fallout New Vegas is considered to be the best 3D Fallout game, if not the best Fallout game, by the majority of the hardcore Fallout community. But it seems like such a missed opportunity not to have him featured somewhere, referenced in some way in the Michigan Institute, or I think it's called the Commonwealth Institute of Technology there. So already they're fucking up the lore. But anyways, and you can argue, well, Mr. House was just one student there. They wanted to keep records of him. But he was probably their most successful student. He went on to found a company that made billions on over. He basically spearheaded the entirety of robotics, pushing it farther and faster than any previous person. That seems like an alumni you'd want to take pride in. Like, hey, new students, this is where Robert House studied. And maybe if you play your cards right, you can be like him too. But no, they didn't take that opportunity. Such a shame. Alright, House. Let's talk.
The point of my inviting you to visit me here at the Lucky 38 before stomping into the tops on your own was to help you prepare tactically. Now, because of your carelessness, Benny has fled the Strip, taking with him the platinum chip.
Yeah, but now I can explain more ways to kill him. Where do you think he's gone?
His destination is hardly a mystery. It's a near certainty that he's making his way for Caesar's camp at Fortification Hill. It's one of just 2 places on Earth that have the hardware necessary to read the platinum chip. The Lucky 38 is the other, of course.
No mean to disrespect House, but you really have to have your avatar do the DreamWorks eyebrow thing. What do I do next?
I won't lie to you. It'll be dangerous. The next step will require you to infiltrate Caesar's camp at Fortification Hill.
You want me to kill Caesar?
Absolutely not. Caesar is of great use to me. I don't want you harming a hair on that man's head, assuming you could find one.
So why you want me to go to Fortification Hill?
I want you to open a hatch in the basement of the derelict weather station atop Fortification Hill. You'll recognize it on sight. The hatch bears the logo of the Lucky 38, same as the platinum chip.
What's inside the hatch?
Something very important. I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise, so don't bother asking.
How do I open it?
You can't, but the chip can. The hatch will recognize the platinum chip and open sesame.
Why should I be working for you?
I'm not offering you an incentive as crude as money, though there'll be plenty of that. What I'm offering you is a ground floor opportunity in the most important enterprise on Earth. What I'm offering is a future. For you, and for what remains of the human race.
Alright.
I expect that if Benny doesn't have the chip, Caesar will make sure you get it. More on that later. Be off.
Don't be a jerk about it.
Make your way to Caesar's camp at Fortification Hill. Something very
Congratulations, partner. The boss has instructed me to comp you to the High Roller Suite. You can bring your friends too. Be like a little clubhouse for the gang you put together. Just bear in mind, you're the only one gets to see the boss. Any friends you got, they can wait in the suite. Enjoy the digs, partner. They're plenty fancy.
So, let's go to Cocktail Lounge. And this is where you'll find the last of the snow globes right here. Apparently this is Mr. House's favorite. We've spent so many episodes looking up at the Lucky 38. Now we get the opportunity to look down at the rest of the Mojave. Not exactly an equal view by any measure. You can see the tops of mountains, but that's it. And let's also see the presidential suite. Can buy yourself some neat stuff. Let's buy it all. And let's see, you can have some anti-venom. Nice of a house to upgrade his terminal so that it takes caps rather than pre-war money. Alright. Pretty sure I'm not gonna be using 43 jet. Got some Sunset Sarsaparilla. Nope. Let me get back up there. I want to keep this place nice and neat. Future weapons today. Got some binoculars, but I already have a camera. And looks like it's already set me up with all this crap. That's good. Nice to have some immediate service. Some cigarette cartons. Nice long table for me and the boys. And a few girls. No doubt my personal office here. Even though there's 2 computers and connects to a shared bedroom. So it probably is in my personal office. Alright, fancy smancy bathroom here. Not the strongest of security against peeping toms, but well, we'll make do. Here, let's put this in the bin. We don't smoke in here. That shit fucking reeks. Here's my room. Got my own computer. Got my own desk with some ammunition in it. Have my own paperweight. My own weapons trunk. Got some glasses. Nice of Mr. House to be courteous of my nearsightedness. Got a magazine. And we even have a pool table. Though we don't have enough pool balls. Maybe they're kind of stuck in the pockets there. That's what I'm going to assume. Here's a place to keep our snow globes.
Where to, partner?
Let's go back to the penthouse.
Well, hello, sugar. Mr. House is...
Here's some snow globes.
You do? Why, that's just wonderful. I'll take them and put them with the rest of the collection.
Mormon Fort, Good Springs, Nellis, Test Site, The Strip. Got to do something while I'm here. Say cheese, Mr. House.
Weapons use is discouraged. Thank you for your cooperation.
And you too, Victor.
Penthouse floor. High roller suite.
Still missing some. Oh, we'll find them eventually.
Where to, partner?
Alright, let's head down to the casino.
Casino. Lido floor.
Where is Eddie? There you are.
Excuse me, but are you the courier who caused all of that trouble in the tops?
Yeah.
Oh, great. The followers of the apocalypse, well, some of us anyway, have been interested in Mr. House's technology, how he stays alive. Of course, no one else is allowed inside the Lucky 38, so no one knows what's going on. Well, except for you.
I mean, I literally have a Followers of the Apocalypse companion here. So, what do you need?
Right. We just want to find out what sort of technology Mr. House has used to stay alive for all these years. It could be of great benefit to the people we try to help, many of whom suffer from hard-to-diagnose illnesses.
It's one of the rare few times that your name comes up. Dr. Transhumanist G diagnoses a terminally low discussion of caps in this conversation. But I ain't gonna do it, I have plenty of money.
Really? Oh, I wasn't expecting you to agree so easily. That's great. Here, take this packet sniffer. It'll allow us to intercept data on Mr. House's network. You might have to manually remove the encryption from his data network, but hopefully you won't have too much trouble. Good luck.
Alright, we can actually do this right now. Very easy. Just head up here. Don't worry about Mr. Howells, he's not gonna be mad.
Hey, have you been able to bug Mr. House's network yet?
I've bugged the tower for you.
It looks like we've started getting reports from the tower's network. I'm sure the others will be able to make some sense of this. Oh, what the hell? The bug went offline. Damn it! I swear to God that old man has thought of everything. Well, it looks like this was all for nothing. But you did your best. I appreciate the help.
I mean, you still have gotten some data from it. Guess we'll do the house always wins. It's nice of them to forgive me for all the crimes I've done against them. You know, slaughtering their men, irradiating their place here. Who's that? Explorer. I mean, this place is irradiated, right? I worked very hard to dump those barrels there. Yep, here we go. What a dumbass dying up there. And these guys are just walking around in the radiation. Ooh, Centurion helmet. Where's my companions? He knows. Look at that look he gives me, he knows.
Okay?
I don't want him to wear anything, I just want him to carry it. You are carrying it, right? Oh, come on. There you go. What's in here? Nothing. I do like the detail that the guy who ferries you over is in radiation gear.
I warned them about that truck weeks ago. Always be prepared for any hazardous radiation, I said. Those headstrong fools should have listened. Are you ready to head upriver?
Gee, I wonder who caused that. Who are you?
I am Cursar Lucullus, and my orders are to escort you to the Legion's camp at Fortification Hill. Are you ready to go?
What'll happen at the fort?
You'll be meeting face to face with the mighty Caesar himself, founder of the Legion, conqueror of 86 tribes. To my knowledge, this is the first time Caesar has ever summoned one of the dissolute to see him. Not even tribal chieftains receive this honor.
Oh, only 86? What a weenie. Conquer like 90 tribes on my way to lunch. Who are you calling dissolute?
All who are not Legion are dissolute. They live in squalor, unrestrained by morality, lacking moderation, temper, and self-control. Their very existence is a blight on the common good. Even worse are the profligates, the subtype of dissolute one finds this side of the river. They hold themselves to be civilized, when in fact they are corrupt and self-interested. The truth will be made clear to them soon enough.
So what I've done to earn this, considering everything I've done to your tribe already?
You'd know better than I would, but you must be remarkable for Caesar to take such an interest.
Alright, Mysterio, take me over.
The trip will take a few hours. Take your place on the boat. By order of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all banned items.
Alright.
Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave.
What's up?
Oh, hey.
Wait a second. What's going on? Am I playing Virgil to your Dante? I'd like to assume that we're tiptoeing into the mouth of hell out of academic curiosity, but I'm not so open-minded that I've lost my brains.
I just want to hear Caesar out.
Very optimistic of you. You'll make a good follower someday, assuming Caesar doesn't have us both crucified.
I'll wait.
You don't have to wear that anymore. Some weapons footlocker, but we're not able to get in there. It's very grim, but rest assured, while they were still alive, they were looking on the bright side of life.
Cut it out, will you?
So you're the visitor I've heard some of the legionaries talking about. If you're in the mood to trade, just say the word.
Have you ever met Caesar?
I haven't had the pleasure. I have crossed paths with Legate Lanius, his second in command, however. It was unpleasant.
Tell me about the legate.
He's the best the Legion has to offer, or so the legionaries say. Brute of a man, wears a fancy metal mask in a battle. He killed one of my pack Brahmins simply because it was in his way. I knew better than to complain about it, though.
Any man who kills a Brahmin rather than just tipping them needs to die. So, what about you?
Shoot.
Are you part of the Legion?
No, sir. I'm an independent trader from Arizona.
Is it dangerous to trade with the Legion?
Not at all. They're my best customers. As long as you don't try to sell them chems or alcohol, they treat you fair. Hell, I don't even need to travel with guards most of the time in Legion territory. All the bandits are dead or run off.
What about the NCR? You ever trade with them?
Between having to hire protection and getting slapped with taxes, it's more profitable to stick to Arizona and New Mexico. But I do cross the river from time to time when an opportunity comes along.
I still don't know how to play Caravan. What's down here? Jack shit.
Awe. True to Caesar.
Alright.
Hold your tongue, wastrel.
So you got like football armor. I think according to the lore they got the armor from the University of Arizona. Now, being an Arizona resident myself and actually living in Tucson, pretty close to the University of Arizona, I can safely say, fuck that place. They would supply the Legion with their armor, wouldn't they? There's very few places I've been in that I've hated staying at more than the University of Arizona. Oh yeah, lovely view of the dam though. Look at that. Absolutely awe-inspiring. So yeah, fuck these guys. Just bring back old bad memories, why don't you? You cunts.
Our way. True to Caesar.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh.
Don't bother me. I'm training to become a full legionary.
Don't fucking tell me what to do, you little shit. I'll slap you so fucking hard you'll cross the river in 5 seconds. Oh, you can actually see the Lucky 38 from here. Wow, we really are far away. Pretty sickly sky over here.
Hello.
There we go, now that's some manners.
The new slave girls are quite beautiful.
Hey, there's sunglasses.
I'm harsh on the children, but they'll be excellently good. You'll be a legionary yet. What the fuck was that? I've seen crippled slaves move faster.
Got a good shot of all the camps. It wouldn't be an episode without a crash.
Hold your tongue, wastrel.
Fine. Gotta be a jerk about it. There's a dog that I would be able to get a brain from if I
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
if I hadn't already done that quest.
Outsiders are a rare sight at the fort. Step carefully around here and you might just leave alive. I'm Anthony, master of the hounds.
Is it true that Vulpes fucks foxes? Nice dog.
Lupa? Yes, she's the mother of a lot of our best dogs. She's getting old, but she's still a tough old bitch. Aren't you, girl? Yeah.
Are you trying to sound edgy? It's not working. I'm not intimidated by you.
You must enter Caesar's tent alone. Anyone else must remain outside.
Alright.
Up.
At least I get to keep my camera. Lovely pose, Mr. Caesar. This Mark III autodoc primarily used for routine surgeries, however the diagnostic scanning unit is burned out, rendering this autodoc useless. Hey Kaiser, I thought you were against using modern technology. Why do you conveniently have this advanced medical equipment nearby your bed? Oh hey furry. Where's your fursuit, furry?
You're the courier who caused so much trouble for my legion. And yet you dare come before me. All the bribes I sent to the Omertas ended up buying me nothing. The garrison I established at Nelson has been wiped out. Years of meticulous scheming to place a mole at Camp McCarran. Wasted. So tell me this, because I really want to know. I am feared, with good reason. But you, of all people, dare to come here and stand before me, the mighty Caesar. What were you thinking?
I like how he actually reiterates what I've done to his plans. I kinda wonder what other missions or quests out there he would mention if I've done them. You guaranteed my safety.
And you fell for that? Really? Because I'm going to have you killed now. Relax. I'm fucking with you. You do know why I wanted to meet you, right? A man nearly kills you, so you track him across the breadth of the Mojave. You arrive on the strip and waltz into the Lucky 38 like someone left you a key under the doormat. You visit the tops, and next thing you know, the head of the chairman is fleeing the strip like a whimpering little pup. When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started?
What were you looking to start?
The time is fast approaching when my legion will assault the Great Dam and invade the West. Before that happens, I want Mr. House knocked out of the game. A quick 1-2 punch, with you doing the punching.
What do I have to do?
Down the hill, at the west edge of camp, is an old building. It was here when the fort was taken in 2277. Inside the building is a hatch. And inside that hatch are 2 steel doors that bear the sigil of the Lucky 38 casino. Now that same sigil is on the platinum chip Benny was carrying when we captured him. Isn't that interesting? Even more interesting, there's a slot about the same size as the chip on the console that opens the hatch. So you know what I think? I think the platinum chip opens those doors. Doors that can't be pried open, or drilled open, or blasted open. Because all that, I tried.
What's on the other side?
Benny's theory, if I understood it through all the screaming, was that Mr. House stashed some kind of ultimate weapon down there. A gigantic robot to stomp us all to death. Who cares? Whatever it is, House built it. So I want it destroyed.
And once I'm inside?
I want you to destroy whatever you find in there. And then I want you to come back here and tell me about it. So go to the building and take this fucking platinum chip with you. My legionaries will meet you there, with your weapons and equipment. Talk to Benny on your way out. He knows I'm going to let you decide how he dies. Maybe you want to remind him.
Cool. Might as well get that up to 100.
I suspect you'll be a valuable asset to the Legion. Assuming you're really on our side, of course.
So, do you yiff other legionnaires in your fox suit?
There's a gambler, Martina Grosbeck, who has a knack for learning other people's secrets and passing that information along, for a price. The Omertas, who run Gomorrah, have become suspicious of Martina's frequent visits to their casino. Soon they'll pay her a visit of their own.
What's in it for me?
Besides the gratitude of the Legion? Don't worry. You'll be paid in coin or caps.
Why can't you do it yourself?
I prefer to handle these matters through intermediaries, such as yourself.
I'll consider it.
If you have to. I really don't see what there is to consider.
True to Caesar.
The mark of Caesar protects
True to Caesar.
Hey, Benny.
Go ahead and laugh, baby. I ain't blind to the humor in this situation.
Looks pretty funny.
Yeah, well, laugh it up on your own time. Down to brass tacks. How'd your meet and greet with Baldy go?
He gave me his fancy smancy platinum chip.
Sure. Baldy wants you to go down there in the bunker and destroy whatever Mr. House stashed there. Oh, you don't want to do that, baby. Whatever's down in that bunker is the key to the city called Vegas. So here's what you do. You go down there and you use the chip to do whatever Mr. House would have wanted you to do. And when you get back to the strip, you find Yes Man. I made it so that cat can't help but be helpful. Dig?
Kaiser says I get to decide how you die.
Try not to smile so wide, baby. You might break your mouth. Yeah, Baldy said you get to decide. So which way you leaning?
You can help him escape. And if you select this, you could either let him just run free, in which case a Legion will kill him, or you can give him a stealth boy and he'll actually be able to escape. Or you can crucify him, or you can fight him in the arena, or you can just kill him right here.
I know, so many options. How do you choose just one?
It even sort of alludes to that. And so you compare all of that to Fallout 4's meeting with Kellogg.
What a load of Brahmin shit. Can you believe that guy?
I don't think either of us can fully understand what he and his tribes have gone through.
A fair point. But from the perspective of someone west of the Colorado, the man is clearly out of his mind. Maybe he didn't intend for things to wind up this way. But that doesn't mean he needs to perpetuate this bizarre anachronistic myth. And it doesn't mean that we should sit by and nod our heads at every absurd faux Roman casus belli he can dream up. He's a tyrant. The bad kind. And there's no way we're letting him take Hoover Dam.
Slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
So, as I was saying, you compare that with Fallout 4, where ultimately the only thing you can do is kill him, and in just that scenario, can't have a peaceful resolution. You can't fight him in an arena or some different scenario. It ultimately just ends in a shootout.
Caesar has permitted your weapons to be returned to you while you serve him.
Alright.
Caesar has put a lot of trust in you. Be worth it.
Gonna be a little bit rude to these guys because they're assholes.
Stories about the burned man again.
If I have to hear about your fucking burned man, I'm gonna scream. Like, I don't care, alright? That's a DLC for another time, so shut the fuck up. Experience life in an authentic Vault-Tec. In an authentic Vault-Tec. And it seems to just end there. Like, Vault-Tec is a company, it's not the actual vaults. Well, actually, maybe that's a V. Who knows? See, the actual Virgo 2 lunar lander, which has a little bit of an Easter egg. This lunar lander is based off of a real-world Soviet design. Marvel at the majestic cosmos in our planetarium in the Museum of Technology. Radios, television, radiation, king. Not very sure how you're supposed to read that. This one's kinda new. Hey. There we go. Captain Cosmos. Thursday at 8 p.m. Co-starring something the Moon Monkey. There's a very classic sort of Buck Rogers look to it, which I guess is the point. Alright. The console hums quietly, powered by some unknown source. There's a round slot on the console, about the size of a large poker chip. Insert the platinum chip into the slot. I have a feeling there's nothing in here we can really take pictures of. Where's my friends? Come on, guys. Adventure, you know? Scorched book. So if you skipped out on going to Lucky 38, Mr. House will talk to you here.
I see you reached your destination safely. Shall we get to work?
What is this place?
It's a facility I built many years before you were born. You might think of it as a barracks. You'll understand soon enough.
Kaiser wants me to destroy this place.
Was that meant to be a shocking revelation? Of course Caesar wants it destroyed. He's afraid of what the bunker might hold, and rightly so. But you're not going to do that. You're going to do the smart thing, and work for me.
So, let's haggle a bit.
Fine. You'll receive a nice bonus when the work is done. And speaking of getting it done, the platinum chip is a data storage device. I need you to manually upload the data from the chip to the facility's primary computer. There's a terminal at the other end of this facility. There's a complication. While I can broadcast to this screen, I can't control any of the facility's systems. That means I can't deactivate its security bots, most of which appear to be active according to the status board I'm looking at.
What was that you said about security systems?
The same equipment failure that prevents me from remotely operating this facility seems to have activated its security robots and turrets. There's a security room near the base of the stairs. Perhaps you can deactivate them yourself.
Alright, well, I'll upload the data.
Good. I won't hold you up any longer.
Turret status active. Protectron status active. Sentry bot status on standby. Let's see here. Radiation leak. Maintenance bot dispatched. Power surge detected. Maintenance bot not responsive. Moving to security alert level 1. Protectrons added. Turrets activated. Sentry bots on standby.
Attention.
Null. Oh. I always do that. Non-ing. Cancel security alert. This is a hard one. Let's see. Can't really tell anything by the ends. 2 out of 10. Out of 10. So it's gonna be one of these. Cancel security alert. There we go. Just gotta use a little bit of science. There. Plasma grenade. Yeah, stealth boy, might as well grab it. We'll take the plasma rifle and be paired with my matter modulator. Everyone's out and about. What's my repair? 46, so even a magazine wouldn't help me. Alright. Boy, it would have sucked to go through this room if I didn't have a high science. There's a bunch of Securitrons. Pretty ominous looking, all foggy in there. Some more down there. If the bunker's power regulators are destroyed, its reactor core will overload in a matter of seconds, with catastrophic results. Well, let's not do that then. What's over here? Another one of these. Yeah, close them for extra protection. Here's another one. That must be the maintenance bot that was offline at some point. So I kinda wonder, is there anything here? Nope. Why do you have like these posters in your secret underground bunker facility? And a mattress here. This is the Securitron operations console for the Securitron Vault. Software updates can be installed from this console. Insert the Platinum chip and install the Mark II upgrade software. Very nice. Got a fancy new graphic. You know, gotta be the new you. Oh man, if only Boone was here.
Your work here is done. Return to the Lucky 38 so we can discuss next steps. You have a very bright future ahead of you. Thanks to your actions today, so does the rest of mankind.
Cool.
Your work here is...
Oh. Get out of here. Shoot. Safety hazard, you know? Gotta follow OSHA protocols.
You've carried out Caesar's will, but I must confiscate your equipment again.
Alright.
You're free to leave.
What a dildo. Where are my friends though? Are they still up there by Caesar? Ah, you guys missed out on all fun. Got to walk through some corridors. Gotta see some robots. The fucking cat is outside the door here, meowing her head off. Good fun, good fun.
Our way. Through to Caesar.
Oh, probably want me to...
You must enter Caesar.
Wow. Where's Eddie? Gonna make a new save here. No, I'm making a bunch of new saves,
Some
but
of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
I felt the ground shake a while ago. I'll take that as a sign you've got the job done. There are rewards for doing as I command. Today, your reward is vengeance. You get to decide how Benny dies. Go to Benny. Let him know what you've decided. My Praetorians will perform the execution, unless you want to perform it yourself.
thank you, Caesar.
Consider it the first of many bestowments.
Now I'm actually gonna go back.
Awe, true to Caesar. Awe, true to...
As I was saying, we're gonna leave Benny there. And I thought of a ridiculously stupid idea, one that no one wants, and yet I'll do it anyways. You know how I started this episode singing the first few lines of Elton John's I'm Still Standing? Well, if I get 1,000 subscribers, I'll sing the entire song over a montage of me murdering Benny. Right now I have like 330 something, so I'm pretty secure in my lack of need or chance to be singing any more of that particular Elton John song. These guys have still the same face over there. Guess these ones are still waiting for the update.
Well, howdy, partner. Good to see you.
Really?
Where to, partner?
Penthouse. Still need to talk to this guy? Lame. So yeah, that will either be very fun or very stupid.
I take it you've come to deliver the platinum chip?
Assuming I don't forget about it. I have some questions first.
I'll be happy to satisfy your every curiosity once the platinum chip has been delivered.
Alright, here you go.
Such a small thing, isn't it? And yet so capacious, so very dear. Decades of hiring salvagers out west to search for this little relic in the ruins of a place called Sunnyvale. Back then, anyway. That's where the chip was printed, on October 22nd, 2077. It was to have been hand-delivered to me here at the Lucky 38 the next day. But the bombs fell first. Suffice it to say, the delivery was never made.
What does it do?
Yes, so far as you've seen, all it does is change the picture on the Securitron's face screens from policemen to soldiers. But as you'll see, some things are more easily shown than told. Take the elevator all the way down to the bottom level, and you'll see what I mean. Don't worry, you'll like what you see. We have much to accomplish, you and I.
Oh, I have no choice in this, huh? Alright.
Step closer to the demonstration area, if you would.
Take advantage.
I expect you're well familiar with my Securitrons by now. The titanium alloy housing that protects its electronic core deflects small arms and shrapnel easily enough. Its X-25 Gatling laser, produced to spec by Glassinghouse Inc., is deadly against soft targets at medium range. And for close-range suppression or crowd control, the Securitron is armed with a 9mm submachine gun. All of this you probably already knew. What you did not know is that these
of the Securitron's secondary weapons. All this time, my Securitrons have had to get by running the Mark I operating system, which lacked software drivers for their primary weapons. Today, with the delivery of the Platinum chip, all that changes. Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability to engage ground and air targets at significantly longer ranges. And a rapid-fire G-28 grenade launcher ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements. The software upgrade also includes drivers for the Securitron's highly sophisticated on-board auto-repair systems. Altogether, the Mark II software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit. The city of New Vegas finally has soldiers worthy of protecting it. Return to the penthouse now. We have much to discuss. Trips to the basement are rarely so educational, don't you think? I've since broadcast the upgrade to every Securitron in range of my transmitters, and I must say, it's causing quite a stir down on the Strip.
Why show your hand like that? Now your enemies know what you're up to.
I'm surprised you can still underestimate me after everything you've seen. I haven't shown my hand. I've shown one card. I've given my enemies a single provocative datum upon which to fixate. They have no idea what other cards I'm holding. It's a strong hand, believe me. I dealt it to myself.
So you think the Securitrons can defeat Caesar's Legion and the NCR?
Why would I want to go to war against the NCR? They're my best customers. If their leaders weren't scheming to steal Vegas out from under me, I'd have no troubles with the NCR at all. The foundation is laid. My Securitrons on the Strip are upgraded, and those at the fort ready for action. Now it's just a matter of adjusting the attitudes of some lesser groups, while we wait for Caesar's Legion to attack Hoover Dam.
So I have some questions, though. Oh, and thanks for a chip back.
What did you want to discuss?
How will the NCR defend Hoover Dam?
General Oliver's strategy, or tunnel vision, as I like to call it, has been to mass troops at Hoover Dam. He wants to outfight the Legion in a straightforward slugging match, and then, when they rout, pursue and destroy them in detail. A crushing, decisive victory of this sort would overshadow the tactical ingenuity of Chief Hanlon's defense 4 years ago, you see.
And what's your battle plan for the dam?
A good deal should be obvious to you by now. I won't spoil the rest by talking out of turn.
Were you aware that the White Glove Society used to be cannibals?
Yes, of course. But refraining from those dietary practices is a primary requirement of their contract. They've been good to their word. Put together one hell of a resort hotel, too. From what I hear, I'd want to eat at the Gourmand every night, if I were ambulatory. What else did you want to discuss?
Well, you know, they weren't exactly true to their word, at least Fancy Pants, Mr. Fancy Hat over there.
Yes, I know. It was detected immediately and deactivated, let's see, 39.735 seconds after you planted it. You thought I wouldn't notice. The next step is to add the boomer's considerable firepower to my growing arsenal, or at the very least, ensure their neutrality.
I can actually talk about this again. What are your plans for New Vegas?
I've resurrected Vegas, spirit intact. What I need now is the ability to enforce my rightful claim. Not just against Caesar's Legion, by the way. In fact, the NCR is a more present and insidious threat.
How do you intend to enforce your claim on the city?
To enforce, one must have force. a position of strength. Years ago, when I detected NCR scouts roaming the Mojave, I could tell from their uniforms that these were no mere tribesmen. I knew it was only a matter of time before an army appeared to take control of the dam, and I knew my Securitrons wouldn't be enough to oppose them. And so I recruited the 3 families. Vegas belongs to me because I mustered enough strength to bring the NCR to the bargaining table.
Wasn't the NCR's army big enough to defeat your Securitrons and the 3 families?
Indeed it was, and still is, but not without taking significant casualties. Would Kimball and Oliver have traded the lives of hundreds of soldiers for absolute control of Hoover Dam? Oh, yes. They weren't afraid of me. They were afraid of Caesar, that attacking me would leave them vulnerable to a Legion offensive. And so they negotiated, not out of the kindness of their hearts, as they try to make it seem, because the calculus of power left no other choice.
What are your terms with NCR, though?
NCR forces were permitted to occupy Hoover Dam and establish a military base at McCarran Airport. Well, it used to be one. They recognized my sovereignty over the Vegas Strip and agreed to supply electricity and water once their engineers repaired the dam. Written into the treaty were provisions that the NCR do nothing to prevent its soldiers and civilians from visiting the Strip. That's how I harnessed the NCR to my endeavor. Their occupation has been the engine of my growing economy.
You would go to war against the NCR?
The salient issue is that they will go to war with me if given the chance. There's just one reason why the NCR hasn't contrived some outrage to justify invading the Strip. Caesar's Legion. The final battle between those 2 armies is fast approaching. I can't afford to let either side win on their terms. What else did you want to discuss?
Say you keep control of New Vegas. What happens next?
New Vegas is more than a city. It's the remedy to mankind's derailment. The city's economy is a blast furnace in which can be forged the steel of a new rail line running straight to a new horizon. What is the NCR? A society of people desperate to experience comfort, ease, luxury. A society of customers. With all that money pouring in, give me 20 years and I'll reignite the high technology development sectors. 50 years and I'll have people in orbit. 100 years and my colony ships will be heading for the stars to search for planets unpolluted by the wrath and folly of a bygone generation.
In the meantime, you ruled Vegas as some kind of dictator.
I prefer the term autocrat. I would rule as a chief executive. I would not answer to a board of directors or any other entity. Nothing to impede progress. If you want to see the fate of democracies, look out the windows.
So what's to keep you from abusing your power?
My judgment. I have no interest in abusing others, just as I have no interest in legislating or otherwise dictating what people do in their private time. Nor have I any interest in being worshipped as some kind of machine god messiah. I am impervious to such corrupting ambitions. But autocracy? Firm control in the hands of a technological and economic visionary? Yes, that Vegas shall have. What else did you want to discuss?
What's the deal with your snow globe collection?
What of it? I enjoy them. There's something about a little diorama set inside a glass dome that I find pleasing. If you run across any out in the wastes, turn them in to Jane. She'll compensate you. What else did you want to discuss?
Where's New Vegas get all its electricity?
Hoover Dam, of course. A hydroelectric dam. The NCR had it up and running at 50% capacity within a year of occupying the dam. By treaty, New Vegas receives 5% of its output. More than enough. What else did you want to discuss?
What was Vegas like before the war?
It was a place of splendor. As magnificent as today's strip may seem, it's but a shadow of the neon paradise that was Las Vegas. I grew up not far from here, and though I traveled the old world extensively, I never found another place like it.
You say that you saved Las Vegas. How?
By 2065, I deemed it a mathematical certainty that an atomic war would devastate the Earth within 15 years. Every projection I ran confirmed it. I knew I couldn't save the world, nor did I care to, but I could save Vegas, and in the process, perhaps save mankind. I set to work immediately. I thought I had plenty of time to prepare. As it turned out, I was 20 hours short.
What preparations did you make to save Las Vegas?
On the day of the Great War, 77 atomic warheads targeted Las Vegas and its surrounding areas. My networked mainframes were able to predict and force transmit disarm code subsets to 59 warheads, neutralizing them before impact. Laser cannons mounted on the roof of the Lucky 38 destroyed another 9 warheads. The rest got through, though none hit the city itself. A suboptimal performance, admittedly. If only the platinum chip had arrived a day sooner.
So that kind of explains why the Mojave Desert isn't the same sort of wasteland as the capital wasteland. But why didn't the platinum chip arrive on time?
The platinum chip was printed in Sunnyvale, California on October 22nd, 2077, the day before the Great War. It was to have been delivered by courier the following afternoon, but by then, the world had ended. The chip contained vital software upgrades, but not just for my Securitrons. Every aspect of the missile defense grid would have been upgraded too. Given that I had to make do with buggy software, the outcome could have been worse. I nearly died as it was.
How did you nearly die? Defending Vegas?
Software glitches set off a cascade of system crashes. I had to take the Lucky 38's reactor offline, lest it melt down. For nearly 5 years, I battled power outages and more system crashes until I finally managed to reboot my data core with an older version of the OS. I spent the next few decades in a veritable coma, but I survived, obviously, and eventually thrived.
Might as well tell him about this again.
One of the followers of the apocalypse, I'm sure. They're curious about me. Good luck planting a surveillance device here in the Lucky 38 without my knowing about it. What else did you want to discuss?
Tell me about the boomers.
They occupied Nellis Air Force Base a little over 50 years ago. One of my Securitrons got some video of their arrival and then exploded. Odds are they were vault dwellers. That's everything I know about them, really.
I'll make sure they support the right side.
Use extreme caution when approaching the base. Their firepower is considerable. Recently, one of my roaming Securitrons observed a man near the base studying the pattern of its artillery fire. Maybe he's learned something.
But we'll have to talk to them the next episode.
Your move, Green.
Mr. House was a student at the Commonwealth Institute of Technology, who in Fallout 4 are sort of the main science faction, having vast technological wonders hidden deep beneath the school itself. Not very different from Mr. House with his luxury tower and multitudes of scientific curiosities buried within it and around the Mojave. However, Mr. House is far more well-rounded than the entire Institute. He has plans for what he wants to do with the wasteland. he wants to revitalize humanity, to bring technological progression back to where it was before the bombs fell, and even take mankind further, establishing us as not just a single planetary species, but having colonies all across the galaxy. And as admirable as this plan is, he does come with his own set of flaws. He takes a very hands-off approach from handling politics. He much prefers to focus only on his vision, seeing the lives and happenings of everyone else as a mere distraction that has to be rectified immediately, but not through the best means. In many ways, he has a very libertarian-esque view of society and how it should be run. Now, my own political views are closer to what you could describe as a democratic socialist. Think FDR, or even Theodore Roosevelt. So it is kind of funny that I do prefer this faction above all the others, including the NCR, who wants to revitalize old world democracies, and Yes Man, who would want to give you all the power of New Vegas to choose how to run it. But Mr. House seems to be the only one with the knowledge and resources to bring mankind back to its feet. And as it stands, I'm the only one who can really stop him. Early in the episode, I went down into his little vault and brought him out and basically shot him to death. So it is not difficult for me to serve as sort of a catalyst, a balance of power against him. And you compare all of that with the Institute from Fallout 4, what do we know about them? They make these robots that are so similar to actual human beings that it causes a paranoia as to whether or not people's neighbors are these so-called synths. They have vast technological resources that they prefer to keep to themselves. They once mingled in overworld politics, preventing some sort of peace treaty from being signed. But ultimately, they don't seem to have a vision. There's nothing in Fallout 4 that says what they want to do in the years going forward, why they want to do it. It's just mad science for the sake of mad science, and that's me coming up with the interpretation, not them explaining why they want it. And what's even worse about them is, even though I'm technically like an employee of Mr. House, I kind of feel like I have a lot of power nonetheless. The obvious fact that I'm able to kill him already, but in the ending slides for New Vegas, depending on your character's karma, it'll either say that the Courier helps ensure New Vegas is prosperous and free. If you have neutral karma, it'll be that New Vegas is free. Oh, never noticed this. And if you have evil karma, it'll say that you helped Mr. House hold an iron grip on New Vegas. Oh wow. And there's nothing like that for the Institute. There's no ending slides for any of the factions or friends you made along the way in that game anyways. They apparently decided not to do that, even though I think it was one of the cooler aspects of Fallout New Vegas. But you become the leader of the Institute in of Fallout 4. You become their de facto head, and yet... Am I stuck? Here. You become the highest ranking member of the Institute, and yet you can't influence a damn thing. You can't influence their synth program. You can't influence how they run things. You can't influence their isolationist nature. And sure, you don't really influence a lot with Mr. House either. You can, either convince these groups to help him or just slaughter their leaders. But with Mr. House, you're just an employee. And with the Institute, you're, again, their leader. You think that would come with a little bit more leeway, a little bit more power, but no. As fancy, and though I do enjoy the aesthetic of the Institute, I gotta say, they are a poor man's version of Mr. House. In fact, Fallout 4 is in general poor man's version of Fallout New Vegas, having stripped away a lot of the RP from the RPG. And even funnier, they decide to follow it up with Fallout 76, thus cementing that they either don't give a shit or don't understand these games that they own. But yeah, that's my little rant about Mr. House and the Institute. It's actually gonna be a separate video, but I decided to put it here, because why not? So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, that I gave you something to think about and otherwise entertained you. Take care.
I mean, the feed only lasted about 30 seconds, and it's not that useful, but, well, we tried.
Why wasn't data useful?
We were connected for half a minute, and received enough data to fill 5 holodisks. It looked like nonsense at first, but we decoded it. It was all biometric data, life signs from Mr. House. The technology he's using is so advanced that it samples data hundreds of times per second. It's fascinating, but depressing. Whatever technology he has can't possibly be practical for the people out here.
Why not? Is there another way?
After 2 tries, I think I've learned enough. I'm sure there's something more promising I could be helping the other followers with. Oh yeah. I didn't tell you about the first time. I'd rather not talk about it if you don't mind.
Hey, I risked a lot to get that data feed.
True. Alright. The first try was a little less professional. Someone important on the strip had access to some of House's technology. Specifically, a Securitron. And more specifically, the someone was Benny. I know, he shot you in the head and everything. But this was a while ago. I knew he was sleazy, but I didn't realize he was so cold-blooded.
Aha!